House shoes are a thing? I'm not down with house shoes. I'm sorry. I'm not down with house shoes. No shoes in the house. I don't care if they're clean. No shoes in the house. No. I don't. Ooh, no, I don't like it. Socks is it's literally what socks are. Yeah. You have slippers. I mean, if they're like regular slippers meant for indoors, okay. But not like shoes, you know? If you clean your floor regularly, why wear shoes inside? Yeah, there shouldn't be shoes inside ever. You shouldn't have shoes that are going outside, coming inside, and then being worn inside throughout the house, except for like the front entry. There's no reason, man. There's no reason. Stop it. Stop doing that. The Asian way, no shoes in house. I don't want to like say that that's what it is, because there are so many cultures that don't allow shoes in the house. It's just like some Americans, if I'm being honest. Just some Americans. You know, it doesn't belong to a singular group. It's more like it's normal to not wear shoes in the house, and then there are just a couple small groups that do it. That freaks me out. Wears clean shoes in the house? That sounds crazy. There are people that do. I don't know. About shoes in the house, who the hell sleep with shoes on? There was some dude that I knew a long time ago. He wasn't my friend initially. He was part of some group. Or you know, I had a group of friends. One other person in that group brings this new friend around. Was like, oh, this is my buddy, this guy. Met him wherever. And we're like, okay, cool, yeah, we're going out to do this thing, come along, whatever. This dude would not take his shoes off ever in like anyone's house. At some point, so my friends go on a trip and he's invited on the trip. They came back and they told me that this dude, they were sharing a hotel room. He would not take his shoes off in the hotel room, and he would sleep with his shoes on. He would not take the shoes off, like literally wouldn't take them off. He would walk into the bathroom and change and come out, shoes still on. And like, they were like, is he taking the shoes off to change, or is he leaving them? Like, are they fused to his feet? Like, what? I don't know. They came back, and I had a few friends sit there on a couch and just vent about this guy's shoes for a while. Cause like, he was nice and seemingly he was normal. He had like one or two quirks that were a little odd, but like all in all, pretty nice dude. Nothing really wrong with him. But then he had that shoe issue. And it was just one of those things where it's like, this seems so beyond what should be happening. That like, you know, but then when there's like nothing else going on with this person, they seem pretty like, normal. Like, what's going on? You know, it starts to become a weird mystery. Because it'd be one thing if this person has something going on. You're like, no, that's just one of their quirks because whatever. But that wasn't the case with this guy. He was like a foot only, never nude. I don't know what was with that. I don't know what the problem was. And maybe, now here's my guess. It's a little sad. Here's my guess, is that maybe, I knew he grew up without a lot of money. He was probably one of those people who had foot issues because they grew up not having shoes that fit. Always things that were old and they didn't replace them soon enough because they didn't have the funds for it. That's a pretty common thing. So I was like, oh, maybe it's that, right? Maybe it's that. And then he never, like figured anything out, but they just kept him covered or something. I'm like, that's probably like, it's probably what it was. It's a little sad, but I was like, it's gotta be that, right? Or just had ugly feet. I don't think anyone cares. Can I be honest? If you have ugly, quote unquote, feet, first of all, most people think feet are ugly in general. Like, no one's gonna be like, wow, those are some beautiful feet. I think you are a better person than everyone in this room because you have some picturesque feet. Like, most people are gonna be like, they're just feet, like whatever the fuck. Like, no one's paying attention, right? But yeah, the other thing is, you put socks on. Put socks on, right? That's it. You just put socks on. So did you ask him about it, or did you just talk behind his back with the others? No, we asked him. Multiple people asked him. Multiple people were like, hey, buddy, what's with this? Did someone bother you about this? Do you think we want you to do this? Because we don't. Would you be cool with taking them off? A little weird in the bed, buddy. You know, like, people tried presenting it to him in so many different ways, and he just gave all these, like, non-answers. Just, no, I just don't take them off. He was like that. No, I just don't. Hi, Shoto. Shoto was talking about this dude who never took his shoes off. He went with my friends somewhere. They went on a trip. They stayed in a hotel room, and they said that he never took his shoes off the whole time, and he even slept with them on. And they were like, "What?" And the guy was so normal outside of that, like no other quirks that were weird in any way with like clothing or like him physically. It was literally just the shoes. It was so confusing for them because he was so everything else he was so fine with, you know. Yeah, a little weird in the bed, buddy. It is because when you room with people, sometimes you like have to share a bed with someone. So one other guy was like, it was like I kept bunching up like the blankets in a certain way so that I didn't have to like think about his shoes touching my blankets. And I was like, oh no, oh no. I know, felt bad. It's funny they mentioned it to him in a lighthearted way. I don't like sitting around and like talking about a thing like that and not bringing it up to the person. It's one thing if it's one of those things that's like, it doesn't matter whether you bring it up to them or not because you know their answer already. Like, that's one thing. But if you genuinely, it's a mystery and no one knows what's going on and everyone's so curious, someone's got to ask. You can't just sit there and, you know, like, it was just so, like, like, we had to ask because I wanted to know why. But yeah, no, he had no answer. He had no answer. I do love yapping. I don't know. There are plenty of times where you can talk about a thing and there's no reason to bring it up to the person because you know from their perspective what it's all about. There are other times where that person might not even know that this is an issue, right? So I don't know. There are times to bring things up and times to not, and that was one of those things that you just it was like it had to be said. Had to be said. Shoes on is weird to me, even on a hardwood floor, but an IRL friend wore shoes on carpet and disturbed me on a spiritual level. On carpet? No. That's like, the carpet is practically made to clean the shoe at that point, right? Like every time you step, that carpet is like grabbing dirt off of it and holding it. You know what I mean? That's fucked up. That is so messed up. I don't know. To this day, we never learned what it was about. To this day, we still don't know. No clue. No clue at all.